SVG-TV News headlines sponsored in part by Flow and Bank of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
With Flow, win a bag of money, cash out, get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money, yeah? From Flow.
Okay, so check this. Flow is giving away $30,000 in cash. 2 bags of money, plus $1,000 every Friday.
With Flow is better every day, and now we're making Fridays great. There's 3 ways that you can play. So listen up, top up, $5 or more. Right now, just switch to Flow. Get a plan, 1 gig or more. If you wanna win cash galore. With Flow, win a bag of money, cash out, get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money, yeah? From Flow.
So top up, get a plan, or port now to win. Flow terms and conditions apply.
Brick by brick, piece by piece, building with technology, helping wealth increase. Starting small, building the future, doing more every day, doing more together. BOSVG, the bank we count on. BOSVG, our one bank together we're strong. Our nation's bank, standing long and proud. One bank, one voice, sing it loud. BOSVG. Hey, building our future. Doing more together.
SVG, doing more together.
In the headlines, health authorities increase measures to guard against the deadly coronavirus. U.S. government monitoring corruption involving high-ranking officials in Jamaica. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson challenged over his future trade deal with the EU. And in sports, Bravo Powell Allen recalled for Sri Lanka ODI series. These and other stories coming up in SVG-TV's Evening News and Sports.
SVG-TV News headlines sponsored in part by Flow and Bank of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
With Flow, win a bag of money, cash out, get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money, yeah? From Flow.
Okay, so check this. Flow is giving away $30,000 in cash. 2 bags of money, plus $1,000 every Friday.
With Flow is better every day, and now we're making Fridays great. There's 3 ways that you can play. So listen up, top up, $5 or more. Right now, just switch to Flow. Get a plan, 1 gig or more. If you wanna win cash galore. With Flow, win a bag of money, cash out, get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money, yeah? From Flow.
So top up, get a plan, or port now to win. Flow terms and conditions apply.
Brick by brick, piece by piece, building with technology, helping wealth increase. Starting small, building the future, doing more every day, doing more together. BOSVG, the bank we count on. BOSVG, our one bank together we're strong. Our nation's bank, standing long and proud. One bank, one voice, sing it loud. BOSVG. Hey, building our future. Doing more together.
OSVG, doing more together.
Good evening and welcome to SVG-TV News and Sports for Monday, February 3rd, 2020. I am Investor Boynes with the details. The Ministry of Health has taken all the necessary steps to beef up its surveillance systems at the various ports of entry to keep out the deadly coronavirus. A press conference held today at the Ministry of Health conference room brought together health professionals and specialists, providing information on the country's efforts to prevent the virus from entering these shores, as well as the infrastructures that are in place if the virus is to be detected here. Over 14,000 cases have been recorded so far globally, with over 300 deaths. China, the epicenter of the outbreak, has the majority of cases. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Simone Kieser-Beach said advanced passenger information is readily available so that authorities at the various ports of entry can tell if a person has recently traveled to China or may have been in contact with a person who recently returned from the Asian country. Dr. Kieser-Beach said the screening process begins before a suspected passenger disembarks from an arriving aircraft.
Screening, please be aware of the fact that normally, the normal process at all of our ports of entry, and we said there were two official ports of entry, AIA and Kingston Harbour, is that a plane comes in, there is a listing of all of the passengers, and the flight attendant is supposed to inform, and the port health officer will request that information. Do you have somebody who is sick? What are the symptoms? Where's that person sitting? And so that's where the first set of screening starts, before anybody comes off of the plane. The same thing happens, as Minister described, at the seaport, okay? So the screening starts there.
It was also noted at today's press conference that well-trained health personnel were placed at the various ports of entry who can perform what is known as a secondary screening for potential carriers of the virus. There are reports from various international media outlets that a number of health personnel have been contracting the virus as they come in contact with an affected person. In the case of SVG, Dr. Beach said specialized equipment are in place to protect health professionals as they conduct the screening exercise.
Protective equipment designed to protect you from whatever the agent is you want to be protected from. So depending on what the mechanism of transmission is, meaning if it is something that's transmitted, say Ebola, which is body fluids, or if it's something that is just coughing, your level of how much you grab up, how much of that you put on is going to be dependent on that. So we have distributed PPEs to ports of entry. So we have them at the Argyle International Airport. We have them at all of our healthcare facilities. And we have informed our stakeholders, so immigration, customs, AIA, in terms of what you need to get. Because it's not a simple matter of going and buying some boots, a dust mask, and some goggles. There's specific specifications to ensure that you're being protected. Okay.
Isolation is an important measure which can effectively prevent person-to-person spread of the virus. The Chief Medical Officer said there is capacity here to provide isolation when and if necessary.
Okay, so we have in country 2 portable isolation units and 2 portable capsules. One is located at the AIA and one is located in the Ministry of Health Emergency Disaster Unit. When I say portable, it's a tent which has all of the sections for isolation, so we can set it up wherever we need to. And the one at the airport is there. So suppose somebody comes into the airport, we have the capacity at the airport to isolate persons in a proper isolation unit, which meets all the standards right at the airport. Okay, so we can do it in, Ms. Bascom, it sets up in 5 minutes. And the firefighters at the airport have been trained to do it. So 5 minutes and we're ready to go. Okay?
Minister of Health, Wellness and the Environment, Luke Brown, said all precautions were taken to ensure that a cruise ship which recently docked at Port Kingston with some sick passengers on board posed no threat to locals. Over the weekend, news broke that on the Ida Pearl, which docked at Port Kingston on Friday, 23 of the 3,000 were ill with the virus. Questions have since been raised as to why the cruise ship was allowed entry, even more so after the same ship was denied entry by both St. Lucia and Dominica days after. The minister said the decision to allow the ship to dock at Port Kingston was done after all the necessary health checks were made.
You know, there's a lot of discussion circulating in the media right now about the fact that a boat which was allowed to enter St. Vincent, a cruise ship that came to St. Vincent, subsequently went to St. Lucia and was denied entry because there were sick persons on board. Well, in the first place, a cruise ship with over 3,000 persons is bound to have some sick persons on board at any point in time. And we did all the necessary screening in relation to that cruise ship, and the decision to allow it to dock here was consistent with the guidance which is being offered by the public health agencies. Because in the first place, not because somebody is sick means that automatically the vessel should not come here. And we have some particular measures that would be applied to persons with a travel history to China, which will be developed, but I want to underscore that we did our public health assessment before that vessel came and docked here and proved that it was safe for it to be able to come to St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Chief Medical Officer Dr. Simone Keyser-Beach said the ministry has already identified a pool of qualified personnel to assist with screening at the ports of entry when necessary. She was at the time responding to a question on the number of qualified personnel who can conduct the activity and whether or not volunteers can assist. Dr. Beach said the screening must be done by qualified persons and retired nurses in the country can be called upon if necessary.
The issue in Jamaica was the thing of the port health nurses, and that they had been losing specially trained port health nurses. And so, despite the fact that we would love your volunteer effort, this is a highly specialized area. And you would have to go through some years of training in order to be able to adequately function. So we have, no fast track. So we have port health nurses. We have recently, over the last 2 years, we had about 3 additional port health nurses coming in. So we have those persons on staff, and if needs be, we can re-employ some of our retired port health staff, both nurses and environmental health officers. So in terms of our surge capacity for that particular skill set, that would be the plan, to re-engage some of the retired port health officers, be they EHOs or public health nurses. All right? So that's our plan.
Foot care practitioner Sister Janice Oliver Crease is encouraging diabetics to take good care of their feet in order to prevent foot ulcers which can lead to amputation. Recent statistics revealed that between January to November last year, 36 males and 26 females between the age range 36 to 95 had foot amputations. The amputation included above the knee, below the knee, and toes of the diabetic patients who had foot ulcers that had worsened. Sister Oliver said that the number of persons coming to the hospital with foot ulcers is very frightening, noting that diabetics need to take better care of their health.
For the amount of diabetic foot ulcer that I am seeing, and persons are coming into hospital, even though you're telling them about prevention, I think that they are not taking it serious enough. I think some of them are a bit complacent, to say. It may be other factors which we don't know, but I normally speak to them as to prevention. You cannot walk bare feet. You cannot walk in what we call gunslinger. Everybody will know what is gunslinger or flip-flop, because they will come and tell you, oh no, this is comfortable for me, but you must not put any strap between your big toe and your second toe. Preferably, your foot should be enclosed.
Sister Oliver said because of amputation of the foot, especially in males, it leads to a wide array of problems in and outside of the home, as some persons find it difficult to cope with and to live a normal life.
Because if you have amputation, you're going to be out of work for a while. You might be males. You might be in the private sector. Who knows if you still have a job when you return? Depends on how long you were out. You understand? So I want people to really take this thing serious. Take their health when they are diabetic, very serious. When it comes to the foot and the kidney, they have to watch what they eat, control the blood sugar level, because if it doesn't control, we're going to end up with amputation. But it's very painful. It's very painful. Look at the husband who may have an amputation. He is the main breadwinner in the home. And that alone is going to traumatize him.
The foot care practitioner said it is important that diabetics get their feet checked regularly and always wear comfortable shoes to prevent damage to feet.
Our public health centers, when you come to the clinic, you should have your feet assessed each visit so that we can pick up quickly if there is any change, any bruise, any cut, any blister, any discoloration. If there is a wound that is not healing properly, we can deal with it as quickly as possible. I know there are persons out there, they get a cut and they stay at home doing their own thing. And when it gets out of control, then they come down or they go across to the health center. By the time it's late, how much can we do? And then when you hear that you may lose your toe because you stay home too long, you may lose all of your toe, which is transmetatarsal amputation, because you stay too long. You can't have diabetes and doing your own thing. You have a cut, you have to seek urgent attention immediately. And when it comes to foot care in the diabetic, I'm very passionate. You must have appropriate shoe to wear also.
The Miracle Mission will return to SVG from February 8th to 14th, 2020 to conduct free visual testing with the aim of helping persons with limited resources who have vision problems, mainly caused by cataracts and pterygium. Testing will take place on Sunday, February 9th at the Kingston Clinic, Monday, February 10th at the Georgetown Medical Complex, Tuesday, February 11th at Bookerman's Polyclinic, Wednesday, February 12th in Bequia, Thursday, February 13th in Mesopotamia, and Friday, February 14th in Chateaubelair. Head of the Venezuelan mission, Francisco Perez Santana, along with the Permanent Secretary of Health, Cuthbert Knights, and his team of medical professionals, recently met to determine the logistical needs and work agenda of the Venezuelan ophthalmologists who will soon arrive in the country. A release from the Venezuelan embassy: in this new stage of the Miracle Mission, a total of 4 phases will be carried out. The first is the visual diagnosis to determine the needs of the patient. The second phase is the selection of patients who will do the exams required for the pre-operative phase. The third is the surgical intervention, and the fourth and final stage will be the post-operative evaluation of the patient. In SVG, through the cooperation program between member countries of the Bolivarian Alliance for the Peoples of Our America, People's Trade Agreement, and the Bolivarian government, the Miracle Mission has carried out 310 surgical interventions, mainly on persons with conditions of cataracts and pterygium. Minister of Finance Camila Gonzalez is at this time presenting the 2020 budget, which he said is ambitious, people-centered, and one which will set the pace for developments in St. Vincent and the Grenadines for the next decade. This year's budget amounts to $1,186,251,151. The Finance Minister said Budget 2020 covers all aspects that will benefit all Vincentians. The Finance Minister said while some may claim that the 2020 budget is an election budget, begs to differ that this year's budget is as it is being said by some quarters, including the opposition. We will bring you more on the Finance Minister's budget presentation in tomorrow's newscast. Government and opposition condemned recent acts of violence against women in SVG. This and other stories coming up when we return with more local news. Stay with us.
Local news sponsored in part by Flow.
With Flow, win a bag of money, cash out, get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money? Yeah, from Flow.
Okay, so check this. Flow is giving away $30,000 in cash. 2 bags of money, plus $1,000 every Friday.
With Flow is better every day, and now we're making Fridays great. There's 3 ways that you can play. So listen up, top up,
So top up, get a plan, or port now to win. Flow terms and conditions apply.
Star Limited is now located on the third floor of the first St. Vincent Bank building. They have extended their range of products to furniture, including patio sets, closets, shoe casing, beds and mattresses, TV cabinets, and kitchen cupboards, just to name a few of their luxurious pieces, all at unbelievable prices. Don't just take my word for it. Check them out upstairs the first St. Vincent Bank building. And don't forget, they still have the best in windows, doors, burglar bars, rails, and vanities. Star Limited, where quality and style is our motto.
A funeral service should be one that you can be proud of. One that leaves lasting memories of your loved ones. And that's where you need the New Haven Funeral Home. We are proud of the quality and class we have brought to the industry. We are proud for having trained the very first certified embalmers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are proud of leading the way in terms of live streaming of funerals online so that your family members overseas could also be part of the celebration of life. We are constantly improving our services. We are driven by customer satisfaction, and we are proud of all that we do.
New Haven Funeral Home.
Kidney disease is a growing concern around the world and here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Chronic kidney disease is a life-threatening condition which occurs when a person's kidneys are no longer able to clean the toxins and waste products from the blood or perform other kidney functions normally. When this happens, a person needs dialysis. Dialysis is where a machine takes over the function of the kidney and safely removes the poisonous waste from the blood. Since 2012, Health Solutions Inc. has operated a full-service hemodialysis facility in SVG that offers state-of-the-art equipment, courteous, well-trained staff, and a comfortable treatment environment.
We're encouraging for early detection. Anyone who is either diabetic or hypertensive and has any questions or concerns, please contact us at 784-451-2836 or visit us at www.healthsolutionssvg.org.
Your sofa sets, your mattress, your carpets, your office chairs, and car seats all hold body fluids, viruses, and bacteria that can be harmful to your health. At Howard's, we will steam clean your sofa sets, your mattress, your carpet, and your office chairs with heated dry steam that kills viruses and bacteria. Call Howard to steam clean your sofa, mattress, carpets, and chairs at 532-8855 or 451-2960. That's 532-8855 or 451-2960.
Stay in, turn off the alarm clock, and sleep some more on your perfect mattress from Quartz. For the widest range of mattresses from the world's best brands, the best value guaranteed. Shop today and let our sleep experts help you to decide on the best option to suit your needs. At Quartz, we don't just sell mattresses, we're offering you the best night's sleep. So, sleep in a little on your new mattress from Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home.
Welcome back. Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves on radio on Sunday strongly condemned the recent acts of violence against women in the country. He said it is very heart-wrenching whenever he hears about females being brutally abused, and his thoughts are always with the victims and their family.
I feel it so in such a personal kind of a way, you know. I mean, I could just imagine the parents of this young girl who got chopped in Greg's.
Yeah.
The Cuban parents and family of this nurse who got killed was a wonderful human being.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I knew her very well, so I felt that one.
Yeah.
Very, very painfully. I saw on Friday evening last, I saw her, as she'd always be at an event with the Cubans.
Mm-hmm.
The Prime Minister said that churches, homes, communities, the media and everyone else needs to come together in condemnation of these acts of violence. He said that the government is putting structures and systems in place to end violence against women in the society.
Is that it is important that we put structures and systems in place. Like, for instance, the unit dealing with violence against women and sexual offences down at Kittels. Trafficking in persons, there's a strong unit there. Beefing up the police more, strengthening the laws, which as we have done. But these are things which when the end product comes with violence, the question is to reduce as far as practicable or prevent the extent of the violence. That's where all of us come in.
PM Gonzalez said that some of the movies and games that persons watch on a daily basis can contribute to acts of violence against each other, and they must be careful not to be led astray by these elements.
And I block it every time. Not interested in that. Because I read upon the addiction of those things and the violence which those things engender in directly and indirectly in terms of robbing people to go and play these games and so on and so forth now. And plus what they inculcate in people, a certain mindless numbness. Technology is important and we have to apply it properly, but we know it can be used for certain purposes which have the potential to undermine order and discipline fabric in the society.
In a news release issued over the weekend, the opposition New Democratic Party said it is deeply concerned about the all too frequent acts of violence against women in SVG. The party says it condemns in the strongest possible term these violent acts perpetrated against women and girls in the country, noting that any act of violence is one incident too many. The NDP says whether the cause is domestic in nature or otherwise, all acts of violence against women must be condemned and treated with equal seriousness, and that the full weight of the law must be brought to bear to deter persons from such acts. The police here on Saturday, February 1st, 2020, arrested and charged Mitchell Israel, a 57-year-old civil servant of Kittels, for with malice aforethought caused the death of his wife Ariana Duhart Taylor Israel, a 44-year-old staff nurse, by an unlawful act by shooting her about her body about 3:45 p.m. Thursday on January 30th, 2020 at Kingston Park. The accused appeared before Chief Magistrate Rishon Brown today at the Serious Offences Court for an arraignment. He was not allowed to plead to the indictable offence and was remanded into custody until his next court appearance on March 18, 2020. Vincentian Soca artiste Shirts James, aka Problem Child, is through to the finals in the power category of the International Soca Monarch to be held in Trinidad and Tobago this Friday. James competed in the semi-finals last evening, performing his hit Nasty Out. Here is a snippet of his performance.
We don't shut down everything, let's be honest. When crazy people reach up now.
Williams will now get ready for the finals this Friday at the Queen's Park Savannah in Port of Spain. Another Vincentian who competed in the semi-finals of the International Soca Monarch, this time in the groovy category, was reigning Raga Soca Monarch Hans John, who from all reports had a good performance but failed to secure a spot in the finals. Here is a snippet of Hans's performance of Uptown Party at the Arima Velodrome.
We done Simpleton and the Grenadines. Show me your hand. And it's Uptown Party. I want a downtown party. Post no one here.
U.S. government monitoring corruption involving high-ranking officials in Jamaica. This from the region. When we return, stay with us.
Local news segment.
The Ever-Ready Funeral Home at French's is your friend in times of grief. With over 40 years' experience, they are prepared to take care of all your funeral arrangements. Embalming, lowering device service, grave mattresses, carpeting, vaults, tombs and wreaths. Arrangements for television obituaries. Cremation is available upon request. Ever-Ready Funeral Home offers the finest in caskets and coffins, local and imported. So, in your time of need, call Ever-Ready Funeral Home at any time. 456-1494. Ever-Ready Funeral Home, offering service above self.
Juicy, juicy, drink today. Juicy, juicy, same great taste. Juicy, juicy, the original drink. It's a Vinci thing. Get your red and banana, pineapple, juicy cola, orange or apple. Juicy for you and for your neighbor. It's a Vinci thing. Enjoy it juicy, the original Vinci thing. Juicy.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Your home is a long-term investment, including most of its features. So when purchasing windows, ensure to acquire a superior product like Kendra's double-sliding heavy-duty window, optional burglar bars, protective insect screens, rubber-sealed thick glass, stainless steel tracking system and rollers, secure and durable locking system on both panels. Inferior products on the market fail to secure your home effectively. So be on alert for inferior imitation. Key things to avoid are problematic latching locks, a poor tracking system, making daily operation of your windows difficult and sometimes impossible, poorly built insect screens, glued on copycat designs, thin and easy to break glass. Always choose the affordable brand from Kendra's Aluminum Windows and Products, built on a tradition of excellence.
The Vallejo Experience. We cater for all of your psychological needs. We promote holistic wellness, balancing the mind, body, and spirit. I am Dr. Giselle Miller, CEO and founder of the Vallejo Experience. Contact us today. We are willing and ready to serve you.
Why not stay in? Turn off the alarm clock and sleep some more on your perfect mattress from Quartz. For the widest range of mattresses from the world's best brands, the best value guaranteed. Shop today and let our sleep experts help you to decide on the best option to suit your needs. At Quartz, we don't just sell mattresses. We're offering you the best night's sleep. So, sleep in a little on your new mattress from Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home.
The regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Welcome to our news from the region. The United States says it is keeping a watchful eye on the corruption charges levied against some public servants. U.S. Ambassador to Jamaica Donald Tapia argues that the allegations being hurled against the government must be contextualized. He says in light of the much anticipated general elections, Jamaicans must be wise and challenge the integrity of the information that is published. We hear more in this report.
He said the U.S. government is aware of the corruption charges brought against 2 public servants, embattled Caribbean Maritime University President Dr. Fritz Pinnock and ex-Minister of Education Ruel Reid. Both men are at the center of a multi-million-dollar fraud and corruption investigation. But the ambassador questions whether it is fair to use the probe to cast a dark cloud over the entire Andrew Holness-led administration.
We have certain individuals, as we know, that have been brought forward under a corruption charge. Does that mean that the barrel is corrupt because you have one bad apple?
The government has been embroiled in a series of corruption scandals stemming from Petrojam in 2018, which was substantiated by the Auditor General's report. Hundreds of millions of dollars were misappropriated at the oil refinery due to poor management, theft, nepotism and cronyism. No one has been charged. And with the latest issues at the CMU, the public is keeping a close eye on the court proceedings and the government. But the U.S. ambassador says there is no corruption in the government today.
I've met with both parties, and I want to say to you that you have a good system here. And today, there is no corruption. I can tell you there is no corruption or extradition of any minister within this government today.
He also used the platform to dispel rumors of an extradition request of a government minister allegedly due to corruption. He explained that as the country anticipates general elections, fake news will circulate to create panic in society.
This time of the year when the political atmosphere starts boiling within us and so forth, we have our own ideas, we have our own support and so forth. There's a lot of craziness that come out. There's a lot of crazy statements that are made. There is no minister in this government that's under extradition to the United States for any criminal activity.
Still in Jamaica, the country's tourism minister Ed Bartlett said even with a travel ban in light of the deadly coronavirus, the country's tourism sector continues to do well in terms of visitor arrivals. We hear more in this report.
The number of deaths from the coronavirus has increased with an additional 57 deaths and 2,829 new confirmed cases in China. That increased the country's total to 361 deaths and 17,205 confirmed cases. But with the government imposing a ban on travel to and from China with immediate effect last week, there were fears that the country's tourism would buckle under that decision. However, Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett, speaking at the Somerton Division East Central St. James Conference last night, said there's no impact just yet.
When I did my check around, talked to the stakeholders and the partners, Jamaica has not had any fallout at all from the uncertainties that now prevail in the tourism industry because of the coronavirus.
He also sought to dismiss rumors about the return of some Chinese nationals by the government.
You will hear that we made decisions about restraining, and in some cases, not landing certain people. It's not because we don't like, because we love everybody, as you know, and we want all tourists from all over the world to come. But we have to protect Jamaica. We have to protect the citizens of Jamaica, and we have to protect the other tourists that come into our destination.
In the meantime, this warning from the tourism minister.
So let the other people who spreading propaganda and spreading panic and putting out fake news, tell them, make sure you really love Jamaica, because if tourism dies, growth dies, and you won't have anything to take if you ever get there.
St. Lucia is seeking a second attempt at shipping bananas to the French market. Agriculture Minister Ezekiel Joseph disclosed that initial attempts were unsuccessful as St. Lucia failed to meet the requirements for the first trial to the French market. Trial shipment of bananas to the French market commenced last year. We hear more in this report.
In 2019, Agriculture Minister Ezekiel Joseph and Prime Minister Alan Chasney led a trade mission to meet with strategic banana partners in Europe. Joseph says coming out of that meeting, they met with buyers from France committed to ensuring a 3-week trial shipment of bananas from St. Lucia to the French market. 3 containers, each containing 1,000 boxes of bananas, were shipped to the French market via Windfresh. However, the Agriculture Minister says it came with specific requirements, but St. Lucia farmers failed in doing so.
Because of the size of our fingers, the small fingers, we were not able to pack the requirements as requested by that company. Whilst we got some of our boxes with the 22 clusters, we had some with 20 and some with 18. When the shipment left St. Lucia for France via the UK, because it's going to take about 2-3 weeks before it reached the French market, we called the company and we informed them that is what we were able to get, at least for the first trial. Unfortunately, they did not approve of it. They said that that's what the buyer wanted, that's the requirement.
In June 2019, a 3-week trial shipment of bananas commenced from St. Lucia to the French market. The announcement was made by Prime Minister Alan Chasney on his official Facebook page. 1,000 boxes weekly. That was what Chasney stated would be shipped during the trial period, and once the trial was successfully completed, 3,000 boxes were expected to be shipped weekly. However, the Agriculture Minister says St. Lucia is moving in a different direction.
UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson challenged over his future trade deal with the EU. This from the international scene. When we return, stay with us.
That was a regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores, Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
Now you'll love Super 6 even more, because every time you spend $6 on Super 6, you get a chance to win 6 times your spend instantly. Wow! That's 6 times your spend of $6 on Super 6 for 6 weeks. Now there's more reason to love Super 6. More money, more money, more money.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game. Super 6, bigger jackpots, more chances to win.
26 retail shops and restaurants open now for your convenience. At the cruise ship terminal. It's a great venue to run for functions. Secure parking, great ambience. At the cruise ship terminal. At the cruise ship terminal.
Convenient parking at the Kingstown Cruise Ship Terminal and the Geese Compound. The Kingstown Cruise Ship Terminal has 26 retail shops and restaurants with a variety of food offerings. A great secure venue for your function with a great ambience. Also, we offer lock storage service. The Cruise Ship Terminal. Convenience for you.
At the cruise ship terminal. The cruise ship terminal.
Why not stay in? Turn off the alarm clock and sleep some more on your perfect mattress from Quartz. For the widest range of mattresses from the world's best brands, the best value guaranteed. Shop today and let our sleep experts help you to decide on the best option to suit your needs. At Quartz, we don't just sell mattresses, we're offering you the best night's sleep. So, sleep in a little on your new mattress from Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home.
SVG-TV International News segment sponsored in part by Carrez Distribution Limited.
For over 60 years, we have sought only the best beans grown in the lush hills of the Andean mountains of Colombia. Cold Cafe. We carefully select only the very best beans and roast them to delicious perfection by our experienced roast masters. Cold Cafe. Cold Cafe treats you to one of the finest coffees in the world, available in classic and decaffeinated. A rich flavor and aroma that can only come from 100% Colombian coffee. Cold Cafe. Indulge yourself in our delicious cappuccinos available in classic mocha and French vanilla. Enjoy them hot to warm your soul or cool to cool you down. Either way, they are incredibly satisfying. So go ahead, enjoy Cold Cafe and treat yourself.
Welcome to the international news. The UK's Prime Minister Boris Johnson today used his speech at the Old Royal Naval College to make clear he is seeking a looser trading arrangement with the EU, saying there was no need for the UK to follow Brussels rules anymore. For the EU, its chief negotiator Michael Barnier made clear that approach would lead to restricted access to the European market. Johnson said if he wasn't offered a deal similar to the one negotiated with the EU by Canada, he would be prepared to walk away when the Brexit transition period expires at the end of this year. We hear more in this report.
Boris Johnson's first big speech since leaving the EU.
I won't even mention the name of the controversy, except to say that it begins with B and it's receding in the past behind us.
Brexit. It's still not over, whatever the PM says. The future trade deal's not even begun. The PM trying to dial down the drama.
Let's be clear, the choice is emphatically not deal or no deal. We have a deal. The question is whether we agree a trading relationship with the EU comparable to Canada's or more like Australia's.
But what does that mean? Canada has a trade deal with the EU, Australia doesn't. So we're back to deal or no deal after all. You said in the election that there was absolutely zero chance that the UK would leave the EU with no deal. Now you seem to be talking up no deal as an Australian-style arrangement.
We have a deal. And what I said during the election, you'll have heard me say many, many times, we have a deal, it's a great deal, and it was up and ready and it's gone through.
That is a new euphemism for no deal, isn't it? Because there is no trade agreement you can point to.
As I said to Beth, we have a deal, and we have come out on the basis of that.
The deal that you did was the divorce deal. You do not yet have a long-term deal.
I just want to repeat what I said earlier on. We've got a deal, it's a great deal, but we're out.
Mr Johnson's cheerleaders happy to toe the line.
There's no doubt in my mind that for both the EU and for the UK, it's going to be in our interest that we get a good deal.
But just one thing, it is fair to say that Australia-style deal is no deal. I mean, Australia are negotiating an FTA with the EU at the moment.
Well, no, as the Prime Minister said, we have a deal.
Donald Trump's man in London more interested in a deal with the US.
I'm optimistic. I think, the Prime Minister's schedule is by the end of the year, and I think that's totally doable.
What should he prioritise, the EU or the US?
Well, that's up to the Prime Minister.
The Labour leader says no deal's still a risk and time is short.
He has not published what his negotiating objective is between now and the end of the year when he's got to reach an agreement with the European Union. The European Union will no doubt be very strong on maintaining alignment on regulations. He has got to come up with an answer.
This the moment we left the EU, but the clock ticking now on a new deadline. 11 months to secure a trade deal with Europe or face another Brexit cliff edge.
And that's the news. Sports is just ahead, but before that we take a look at the local weather forecast.
SVG-TV International News segment was sponsored in part by Carez Distribution Limited.
Let's go! Turn up the fun!
With Chocolisto and its great flavor, enriched with vitamins and minerals that help you grow.
Chocolisto makes you big and strong.
The weather report sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
And now for our local weather forecast. Present conditions fair and hazy. Winds northeast at 7 kilometers per hour. Temperature 26.5 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 80%. Barometric pressure 1017.1 millibar. 24-hour rainfall nil. Today's maximum temperature 29.9 degrees Celsius. Today's minimum temperature 25.1 degrees Celsius. Sunset today at 6:06 p.m. and sunrise tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. The forecast: partly cloudy to cloudy and hazy with some brief scattered showers mainly at midnight. And our synopsis: the Atlantic high pressure system is the dominant feature.
The weather report was sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
Bereavement or loss of life in your family could come as a shock. That's why it's important to always focus on the things that made you happy and the memories that you shared. At Memorial Funeral Home, our warm and friendly staff ensures that your experience is a pleasant one. Our sensitive staff is understanding, caring, and all-knowing when it comes to selecting your underground furniture and the things that you need to celebrate life.
Well, I am a furniture manufacturer and I manufacture furniture for all purposes. At this time, I am interested in manufacturing some underground furniture. You can purchase these underground furniture at the Memorial Funeral Home in Metzpo.
So call us at 458-8888 or 530-5694 and let's celebrate life.
Brick by brick, piece by piece, building with technology, helping wealth increase, starting small, building the future, doing more every day, doing
SVG. Hey, building our future. Doing more together.
OSBG, doing more together.
Welcome to the evening sports. Darren Bravo, Fabian Allen and Rovman Powell have been recalled to a 15-member West Indies squad that will play in the upcoming One-Day International One-Day series against Sri Lanka later this month. Meanwhile, left-handed batsmen Evan Lewis and Shimron Hetmyer have been omitted from the squad, which played the recent Colonial Medical Insurance One-Day International Series against Ireland after failing to attain the new minimum standard fitness requirements in recent assessments. The squad will depart the Caribbean on Saturday and will have a pre-series camp in Colombo before they face the host in 3 One-Day Internationals. 2 T20 internationals will follow the One-Day Internationals, and the squad for that series will be named at a later date. The full One-Day International squad reads: Kieran Pollard, captain; Shai Hope, vice-captain; Fabian Allen, Sunil Ambrose, Darren Bravo, Roston Chase, Sheldon Cottrell, Jason Holder, Alzari Joseph, Brandon King, Kimo Paul, Nicholas Puran, Rovman Powell, Romario Shepherd, and Hayden Walsh Jr. West Indies under-19 all-rounder Matthew Patrick had a telling performance with the bat and ball as the regional team secured a 4-wicket win over South Africa in the 5th place playoff of the ICC Under-19 World Cup at Potchefstroom Room. The South Africans, who won the toss and chose to bat, seemed well on their way to a decent total after posting 124 in the 29th over. Patrick and left-arm spinner Ashmir Ned, however, then ripped through the middle order, prompting a South Africa collapse that saw the team lose its remaining 6 wickets for 23 runs and post 143. In pursuit of what seemed a gettable target, the Windies found themselves in early trouble after losing 2 wickets with only 11 runs on the board. Patrick, who came in as the number 6 batsman, steadied the ship with a crucial 25 runs off 61 balls and ensured the team got to the target. Bryce Parsons and Merrick Brett were the pick of the bowlers for South Africa after turning 5 of their 19 overs into maidens and picking up 4 wickets between them. West Indies women's captain Stephanie Taylor currently sits atop the ICC One-Day International batting rankings. Taylor, who has 747 points to lead the Australian pair of Alyssa Healy, 736, and Elise Perry, 734, is the only West Indian woman in the top 10 of the batting rankings. The next best West Indies women in the rankings are Deandra Doughton, who is ranked 30th despite being out for several months after undergoing surgery and rehabilitation, and Hayley Matthews, who is ranked 32nd. Taylor lies second in the all-rounder rankings, held 410 ranking points, sees her trailing Perry's 519 points. Matthews and Doughton are 17th and 18th respectively. She is ranked 19th among One-Day International bowlers. Meantime, the West Indies captain is ranked 8th in the T20 batting rankings that are topped by New Zealand's Susie Bates. Doughton is ranked 15th. Afile Fletcher at 8 is the best ranked T20 bowler. Matthews is the best West Indies all-rounder as evidenced by her 3rd place in the rankings. Taylor is ranked 7th from a team perspective. The West Indies are 6th in One-Day Internationals and 5th in T20 Internationals. The evening sports will continue in a moment. Stay with us.
Singer is a family store. We sell everything you need for your kitchen and more. Top brands and appliances.
TVs, fridges, cookers.
We make your life so easy.
Just come in and see us. A wide range of furniture.
Right here at Singer.
Affordable beds and mattresses.
Right here at Singer. Washing machines to make your laundry clean and fresh. Singer is a family store
that gives you the best hire purchase deals.
Right here at Singer.
We'll outfit your home.
Right here at Singer. The #1 family store.
It's us for Singer.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices. 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores, Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Bowman's Pharmacy, why choose us? We have all the prescriptions and over-the-counter medications, personal care products, lowest price guaranteed. Located conveniently next to the Bank of SVG on Grenville Street. Opening hours Monday to Thursday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Email us bowmanpharmacy@yahoo.com. Call us today at 456-2235 or 593-3918. Bowman's Pharmacy, easy to find and ready to serve you.
Why not stay in? Turn off the alarm clock and sleep some more on your perfect mattress from Quartz. For the widest range of mattresses from the world's best brands, the best value guaranteed. Shop today and let our sleep experts help you to decide on the best option to suit your needs. At Quartz, we don't just sell mattresses, we're offering you the best night's sleep. So, sleep in a little on your new mattress from Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home.
Welcome back. Super Bowl 2020. Kansas City Chiefs staged stunning comeback to beat San Francisco 49ers. Patrick Mahomes produced a staggering fourth quarter performance to guide the Kansas City Chiefs to their first Super Bowl win in 50 years as they came from 10 points behind to stun the San Francisco 49ers 31-20 in Miami. Quarterback Mahomes had endured a difficult evening under the pounding pressure of the 49ers and looked set to miss out on the big prize. But then with his side 20-10 down heading into the fourth quarter, last year's MVP found two superb throws on third down to continue a season of comebacks as the Chiefs scored 21 unanswered points in 4 minutes and 57 seconds to take home the Vince Lombardi Trophy. Damian Williams' second touchdown of the final quarter put the gloss on the scoreline as the Chiefs capped their wonderful late rally before celebrating a famous win in emotional scenes. The Richland Park Netball Tournament on Saturday saw Quebec's Vultures defeating Caesars Real Estate Dynamics Girls 48 goals to 17. Also on Saturday, V-Sport Youth went under 17 goals to 72 to High Park United. Action in the competition continued on Sunday when 3J's Valley Strikers got the better of BA Strikers in a 25-17 matchup. Sunday's second game saw TCCU Stargirls victorious over V-Sport Youth 41 goals to 16. And that's how we end sports this evening. We'll be right back to wrap things up.
LA Unique Upholstery. Quality at a low cost. We build to suit your needs. Contact us at Redemption Shops 457-0182 or Stony Grounds 453-2089.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
Now you love Super 6 even more. With more money to the jackpot galore.
Win more, have more fun.
With more jackpot money, Super 6 is my number one.
With the new and improved Super 6 team, the jackpot keeps growing and growing and growing.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game. Super 6, bigger jackpots, more chances to win.
Why not stay in? Turn off the alarm clock and sleep some more on your perfect mattress from Quartz. For the widest range of mattresses from the world's best brands, the best value guaranteed. Shop today and let our sleep experts help you to decide on the best option to suit your needs. At Quartz, we don't just sell mattresses, we're offering you the best night's sleep. So, sleep in a little on your new mattress from Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home.
And now for a second look at the headlines. Health authorities increase measures to guard against the deadly coronavirus. U.S. government monitoring corruption involving high-ranking officials in Jamaica. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson challenged over his future trade deal with the EU. And in sports, Bravo Powell Allen recalled for Sri Lanka won the international series. On behalf of all of us here at SVG-TV, thanks for viewing. I am Yvette Bowens. Don't forget to visit our Facebook page for a recap of the news and daily headlines. Also tune in for SVG-TV's News in 15 at 12:45 p.m. weekdays. Have a good evening.
Welcome to Finishing and Furnishing, where a warm and friendly staff awaits you. At Finishing and Furnishing, you feel like you're in a home away from home. You will find a wide range of bedroom, living room, and appliances displayed in a stunning setting. When dealing with furniture, you need to take into consideration the colors of your room. That's why at our Penta Studio, we supply the best in interior and exterior paints. Have wooden furniture? Well, we also have stains, sealers, lacquers to get that matte or gloss finish of your desire. So give us a call at 457-2206 and come on down to Finishing and Furnishing today and start building the home of your dreams.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices, then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Why not stay in? Turn off the alarm clock and sleep some more on your perfect mattress from Quartz. For the widest range of mattresses from the world's best brands, the best value guaranteed. Shop today and let our sleep experts help you to decide on the best option to suit your needs. At Quartz, we don't just sell mattresses, we're offering you the best night's sleep. So, sleep in a little on your new mattress from Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home.
With Flow, win a bag of money, cash out, get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money? Yeah, from Flow.
Okay, so check this. Flow is giving away $30,000 in cash. 2 bags of money, plus a grand every Friday.
With Flow is better every day, and now we're making Fridays great. There's 3 ways that you can play. So listen up, top up, $5 or more. Right now, just switch to Flow. Get a plan, 1 gig or more. If you wanna win cash galore. With Flow, win a bag of money, cash out, get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money? Yeah, from Flow.
So top up, get a plan, or port now to win. Flow terms and conditions apply.